Hello, my name is Robert Nunez from BST2. Today we're going to talk about Dil Perry's romantic tragedy. To suck the marrow out of life, it's a rally cry of dead poets society. But for Neil Perry, the marrow proven to be a little dose. Today, we're looking at why Neil, the most charismatic and driven of chaotic students, ultimately breaks. We'll analyze his journey through the lens of 19th century Romanticism and Carl Rogers' psychological theory of self-concept to see how a poetic ideal can lead to psychological collapse. Let's define our poetic tradition. Romanticism wasn't about hearts and flower. It was a rebellion born in the late 18th century. It prioritized intuition over logic and individual over institution. Romantics believe that the true life is found in the sublime. The sublime is those intense, overwhelming emotional experiences. This quote from Thoreau, a cornerstone of the film, summarizes the romantic mandate. Authority is more important than safety. For the voice of Walton Academy, the school built on a tradition and discipline. So romanticism is a dangerous and intoxicating medicine here.
I wanted to live deep and suck out all the marrow of life, and not when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. This quote from Thoreau, a cornerstone of the film, summarizes the romantic mandate. Authenticity is more important than safety. For the boys at Welton Academy, a school built on tradition and discipline, romanticism is a dangerous, intoxicating medicine.
But why does this hit Neil so hard? To understand, we look at Carl Rogers' theory of self-concept. Rogers argued that our personality is composed of two parts: the ideal self, who we want to be, and the real self, who we actually are. When those two are similar, we have congruence and we feel healthy, but when there is a massive gap, it may lead in incongruence that leads into anxiety and despair. Rogers also noted that we need unconditional positive regards, love without string attached, and to bring that gap, Neil unfortunately received only conditional regards from his father. He is only loved when he is the future doctor, never when he was just a poet. Neil embodies the romantic tradition perfectly. He is the first to restart the club. He is the one who finds his muse in acting. Through romanticism, Neil constructs a new ideal self, which is the actor, where he feels alive and free.
Alfred Lord Tennyson. Come, my friends, 'tis not too late to seek a newer world, for my purpose holds to sail beyond the sunset. And though we are not now that strength which in old days moved earth and heaven, that which we are, one equal temper of heroic hearts, made weak by time and fate, but strong in will, to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield.
When Neil tells Keating, I am trapped, he describes a psychological state where his romantic soul cannot exist within his lived reality. Because he lacked his father's unconditional regard, he believes that the only way to remain true truth to his romantic ideal is to remove the real self entirely. Neil Perry's fate wasn't just caused by his strict father. Eh, It was a result of high-stake collision between romantic tradition that demand totally authenticity and a psychological environment that forbade it. He died a romantic hero, but a psychological victim of influence. As we watch Neil's arc, we remind that while poetry can give us the word to dream, we need psychological safety to live those dreams out. That's all. Thank you.